Council of Horses. Once upon a time, a brash young colt, dissatisfied with the lot of his kind, complained loudly to the Council of Horses. "How abject is our race! Are we condemned to slavery and servitude because our sires so willingly bore the chain? Is it right that men should exploit our strength? Were we created only to serve their needs, dragging their plowshares, sweating in their harnesses, groaning beneath the loads they pile upon our backs? Reject the rein and spurn the spur. Let us be like the lion and the tiger and assert our claim to freedom and independence." Neighs of assent broke out among the assembled horses, and there was a great pawing of the ground in applause. But all were silenced when a steed of great age and long experience addressed the assembly thus: "When I had the health and strength of my youth, I toiled as you do. Now my grateful owner regards my past pains by allowing me to roam freely and to feed on the crops yielded by the fields I once plowed. It is true that man expects us to lend our pains to his endeavors, but does he not divide his care through all our labors of the year? Does he not provide us with buildings to shield us from the inclement weather and to keep our hay dry? Does he not share with us the bounty of the harvest? Since it is decreed that all creatures should help one another, ought we not to be happy with our lot?" Seeing the wisdom of what their elders said, the horses previously fired by the young colt's discontent agreed, and the tumult ceased. Those who know their station in life know the greatest contentment. The Cuck and the Jewel. A hungry cock, scratching for food in the straw in the barnyard, happened to turn up a jewel. Feeling quite sure that it was something precious, but not knowing well what to do with it, he addressed it with an air of affected wisdom as follows: "You are a very fine thing, no doubt, but you are not at all to my taste. For my part, I would rather have 1 grain of good barley than all the jewels in the world. A thing is of value only so far as it is of use." The Owl and the Grasshopper. An owl who was sitting in a hollow tree, dozing away a long summer's afternoon, was very much disturbed by a rogue of a grasshopper who kept singing in the grass beneath. So far, indeed, from keeping quiet or moving away at the request of the owl, the grasshopper sang all the more, and called her an old blinker that only came out at nights when all honest people were gone to bed. The owl waited in silence for a short time, and then artfully addressed the grasshopper as follows: "Well, my dear, if one cannot be allowed to sleep, it is something to be kept awake by such a pleasant little pipe as yours, which makes most agreeable music, I must say. And now think of it, my mistress Pallas gave me the other day a bottle of delicious nectar. If you will take the trouble to come up, you shall have a drop, and it will clear your voice nicely." The silly grasshopper, beside himself with the flattery, came hopping up to the owl. When he came within reach, the owl caught him, killed him, and finished her nap in comfort. Flattery works better than threats.